joined here with two good friends of mine at their fantastic establishment. I'm joined by Eddie Belter and Brenton Brown of Bootleggin BBQ, which you can find at 1933 Washington Avenue here in good old St. Louis, Missouri. So gentlemen, first of all, thank you guys so much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for letting us be there.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Yeah, guys, it's been a whirlwind so far getting the channel off the ground, and I am super stoked to have you guys be the first actual guests on the podcast. We have a lot of really great content coming, and I want to be able to showcase, St. Louis in a great light, as well as be able to provide some fantastic comedy and entertainment to people. And I couldn't think of two guys that don't necessarily rep St. Louis as a business, but do a great job of representing the city as a whole. So I want you guys to just fill me in. Tell me a little bit about Bootleggin BBQ, where it came from, how it got started.
So I originally started Bootleggin BBQ 2006. Started it actually while I was living in Chicago. I coming from Kansas City, grew up with great barbecue, moved to Chicago, and unfortunately Chicago hadn't figured it out yet. So I just started making my own. Became a certified judge for Kansas City Barbecue Society. It's where I really learned a lot of the barbecue techniques, and then just started making food for friends. That turned into friends wanting to pay me to cater, turned into me trying to market it, and I kept it as a side gig as I moved back from Chicago, back to Kansas City, then down here to St. Louis 6 years ago. It's just a side gig, It was always one of those, that's what I'm going to do one day, I'm going to take that leap. One day I'll take that leap,
Yeah.
I kept my corporate job during the day. Finally, took the leap.
Yeah. So were you doing barbecue stuff in Kansas City and Chicago at the time, or was this all just corporate?
No, this is just
related
one.
stuff?
This was just a side job. I did it, worked during the day for corporate America, and then had this as a side business that I got to do for fun. It was, it was that kind of zen place where I got to cook barbecue, play with fire. That's really what it boils down to, right?
Meat on flame.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. And originally, it's always about the passion, right? So the barbecue is a great passion. Barbecue pairs great with beer.
Barbecue's a lifestyle,
Yes, that is actually more correct.
That's
yes.
right.
which is passion, but barbecue is a lifestyle.
Yes.
And part of how I met Brenton was the lifestyle that I was living, which is we're going to brew beer, and what do you do when you brew beer? Well, you got to have people drink it. So you'd have parties, so we would barbecue and hire a band. Quite often, some friends come and play, and we call it Brew and Q. And so we have, people, it's just a nominal fee, and we just, feed and give people beers. And Brenton came to one of these. We'd already met before, knew we had this similar overlap, and Brenton's like, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, what? And they're like, well, this is what we should do for, in real life, like as a business.
In real life.
in real life, we should actually, cook and eat and serve barbecue to people.
Right.
It sounds like it makes sense, which is totally awesome. So how did you guys first meet each other? Like, was it through like a family friend or like relatives, or how did that work out?
I say all the time, St. Louis is 2 degrees of separation, and it's through circles. These are circles upon circles, and circles overlap.
And this one circle, one of the core friends I probably introduced this are, there's a real tight circle of awesome people. So it's
Yeah, specifically Rachel Durnell is. She was the center of what made that happen. So
That's awesome.
That's
awesome.
now,
Now,
been friends for years now.
I can remember living down in this area. I guess it was probably 2011, 2012. Is that kind of when you guys were like doing the like barbecue stuff for?
That was 13.
It was 13. Okay, so 13.
No, 14.
Yeah, we did the takeover.
14.
We did the
October
takeover
14.
here in December of 2014, and then we did the full. That was just the kitchen.
Yeah.
And we did the full takeover of the whole facility in September of 2015.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, because I can remember. Obviously, this place had a very different look and feel than when you guys decided that you wanted to make this space your own. What went into like the planning of that? I mean, obviously, you wanted to create a cool barbecue spot that kind of represented what you were looking to do from a barbecue standpoint. What went into the design and creation of that space?
I think part of it was the exemplification of the 2 degrees idea. We want something that was like that represented St. Louis in a fashion of relaxing, hanging out, tailgating. We like the family style community seating, and have a focal point of, hey, come on in, no matter who you are. If you have an open mind and a good soul, come on in and just enjoy yourself. And that's I think with our design layout, that's why all the tables are kind of the way they are.
Yeah.
Specifically, we did a lot of work ahead of time by using CAD program that we designed, laid this whole place out, taking a lot of measurements, probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of work.
Yeah.
There's
like
that work. There's actual work. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of actual manual labor went into the creation of the space.
And we had a lot of fantastic friends that came and helped us and spread the love and really got behind us, wanting to pursue our passion. And that's part of what St. Louis is too, is that if somebody says I'm going to do this and they're a part of the community gets behind them. And that's a lot how we now do the same thing.
You never go alone.
Right. You love the fact that you're going and pursuing it. So we're going to help you wherever we can.
Yeah. Here, it's scary out there. Take this.
Right.
You might need this sword, a la Legend of Zelda style.
Come and rest on my bosom. What? No.
I mean, sure, if you want me to. So yeah, that's awesome because I can remember like you guys, the place was closed for like a week at a time, or for like a week or 2 weeks.
4.5 days.
We did it in less.
Was it only that short of a time period? Wow, that's crazy. The turnaround. I really hope you guys have some photos of before and after, right?
We do.
Yeah, we got some panoramic shots of the whole process, which is really cool.
Literally, we were sweeping up when our first guest came in. Some of the fellows from the Funky Buddha production studio.
The recording studio down the street.
Yeah, they came in and we were kind of just not finishing up totally, but we were kind of finishing up, and we were sort of open. And they're like, "Are you guys open?" And we looked at each other and like, I think so.
Yeah.
And literally, they came in. They were our first guests. People still sweeping up sawdust around them, and we still had some additional projects to do after that. But
Well, that's beautiful, though. I mean, that is the outlaw style of getting something started. No fancy ribbon cutting ceremony. Just you kind of look at your partner in crime, and you're like, "Are we open?" Yeah, I think we're open.
Yeah, we were definitely not John Tapper style.
Shut it down. We need more butt funnels. I need butt funnels in here, guys. I need people bumping hips. I don't know if I can say that. I'm pretty sure that he has that registered trademark.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a.
You're gonna get a cease and desist.
First episode cease and desist order.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah. Well, if it's first episode, then I know that's when I should probably stop. But anyway, so aside from that, now you guys have been fully up and operational. Obviously, it's a living, breathing organism, as a restaurant/bar can be. So, what are you guys currently doing? Like, what's going on in the St. Louis area that you guys are working on?
We've got a really cool project that we do. It's an iteration of something that I had done back in the catering days called Be the Hero of the Backyard, where I would go to somebody's house. I would teach them how to use their equipment to do barbecue and teach them the different types of meat, how to prep it, how to make their own rub, and then they would be able to make it and eat it right then and there. So just kind of being the hero. It was one of those fun events that we got to do. Yeah. We're actually doing a corporate event here that we've got several of them booked this year. Which is on Mondays now. We're private event only. So if somebody wants an event, we'll be able to take care of them.
That's awesome.
But it's cool. We'll teach them what is barbecue.
And I believe they're from it's a tour group, right? And it's from Australia. Is that correct?
A lot of the clientele.
They're typically not from America.
Yeah, a lot of
so it'd be really fun to kind of escort these people through the journey that is American barbecue.
Yeah, because the rest of the world. I know from being on Reddit and just reading reviews of restaurants and stuff that a lot of the rest of the world doesn't have kind of like what we have in terms of barbecue and stuff like that.
It's truly an American invention.
Yeah, it's a very different style, and it's so crazy to think that people from other countries are getting on buses to be able to go and try stuff in different cities and stuff. I assume that goes,
the tour
goes through Memphis and
no, they're doing
Route
66
tour.
Sweet.
So we started in Chicago, and
very cool. So they're hitting the historic route. Then that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's a bus tour, and
I will save you from singing the song, but there's a song that probably exemplifies most of their tour route.
Because you get your kicks.
Right.
But thank you, I appreciate that.
So, that's just one. We've done it for a corporation. Actually, one of the companies down the street here. We did the same event for them, and we teach them how to cut it, where it comes from, the different regions of barbecue, and then we're gonna have them make their own rub and take it with them, so they actually can say, "This is my rub."
That's awesome. Yeah. So when you say make your own rub, do you have a set spices that they get to pick from, or do they just get
we have a formula that you follow, and you can mix it and match it up.
Hotter or spicier or sweeter, depending on your own.
That's the general idea. I think it needs a little more practice with it, but But I think it's neat because you make it your own. That's what the whole thing's about being the hero of the backyard is that you're presenting part of yourself in this barbecue lifestyle. It's putting a smoker on, putting a little twist on your twist on your take on things, and and entertaining your friends. That's one of the banes of entertaining folks is that people will come to love one thing that you do or several things that you do. You make a good coleslaw or a rub or sauce, and then the next time they come over and you're like, oh look, I changed it, and people are like, no,
but I liked Denny's coleslaw before.
So you can't, you find some people people come and people recognize that, and that's what they want, your thing. They don't want
Yeah, and that's really cool too that you guys are not only doing that for tour groups and people that might want to sign up either locally or people that are visiting the city, but I mean for people that don't really have barbecue in the country that they're from. I mean, talk about being hero of a backyard.
Right.
I mean, when you show up with something totally foreign and it's absolutely delicious, people are going to be wondering where that came from and how they can get more of it. So that's a very cool thing. How did you guys get started in that? Was it obviously it was because of like your initial like barbecue stuff, but how did you guys fall into this idea of what, we're closed on Mondays, we're going to go ahead and do classes and stuff now?
Like a lot of things we do, we just kind of make it up as we go. But it's one of those situations that we actually got lucky because we do believe in the community and what is out there. And the barbecue community in St. Louis has gotten really strong, and we've worked with Frank Smear. He's the Home Fires
owner, and also helps run the St. Louis Barbecue Society. And he actually referred these folks to us.
Oh, very cool.
So it's
he's out in Baldwin, but
Nice.
the store is fantastic. So.
So if you need a smoker or just a
Or a
fireplace,
Awesome. Well,
there you go.
we'll go ahead and throw a link in the description so you guys can check that out. I mean, other than that, guys, I mean, obviously that I've been a huge fan of this place, and I frequented it on multiple occasions. Living 2 blocks away originally when you guys started didn't necessarily hurt that problem.
Right.
But even now that I've moved further away, I still come back down because I love the spot so much, and you guys are totally awesome. So other than that, I mean, what are the plans for the future? I mean, obviously you have this awesome new idea of being the hero of the backyard and like teaching people how to make rubs, but I mean, what's next for Bootleggin Barbecue with their KC style?
So we got several things. Like all summer long, we try to do as many outside vending events because there's so many. That's one of the great things about St. Louis. There's always something to do, and if you want to be a part of it, go do it. It's a lot of work, but it's fun. You make money. You get your name out there so people know you even better. And usually it's helping another small business trying to do its thing too.
Sure.
But so that's in the immediate. But we got our concept originally always was, and how I met Eddie was.
Well, we want to make some beer.
Right.
So
Awesome.
That's always on our minds and moving forward. And then, like you said, it's this place is it's a living, breathing thing. It's it's not static. And I think that's even people think that look, I'm 30 years old or I'm 40 years old. I'm a complete person, and you're not. This will continue to evolve. We've learned a lot, and we've really part of our menu is actually because we got so much good feedback. People that's what people want, and so I think we'll continue to develop our menu and look at any other locations or other opportunities we can. One thing we did want to bring it onto is the brew aspect. So, and we're getting a cidery next door, and we have Schlafly nearby. If we can kind of work on something, we would have like a little brewing,
like a little partnership. I mean, hey,
well, it's synergy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a straight diagonal. So, I mean, between you there and here, I mean, it's a very synergistic kind of thing to use all of those 30 Rock buzzwords so eloquently. But also, too, I mean, it's pretty neat that you guys are going to be bringing in some of your own homebrew, Eddie. How long have you been brewing for?
Oh, I lost count. I think about 10 or 12 years.
Yeah. Do you have a particular style that you really like to brew with? Like, are you like a sour guy, or do you prefer like lagers or pales or IPAs?
I've been doing IPAs and porters, but I like to do some sours, but just haven't had the facilities or patience for them.
Sure.
I can tell you the favorite beer he makes of mine is the smoked porter that's barrel aged.
Bourbon barrel aged.
It was.
And of course, we smoked the malt. We smoked the malt on our smoker. And so it's got.
I'll tell you what, I'm already ready for a smoked or a barrel aged porter and some rib tips, because that sounds like a pretty solid evening on Washington Avenue.
Yep.
So guys, I want to thank you once again so much for being the first on the show, being a part of this, because without you guys and people watching at home, we wouldn't necessarily have a show or a channel. And so I encourage you once again to throw a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, as well as potentially leave a comment, whether you love it or hate it, doesn't matter. I do want to also go ahead and thank our affiliate, which is Lyft. They have just brought Lyft ride sharing here to St. Louis.
Woo-hoo.
And if you, yes, absolutely. So that way, if you're drinking some of the barrel-aged porter, and you know what, you get a little too saucy, you may want to go ahead and call a Lyft and head on out with that. And you can use our promo code Too Sweetin. That's TOOSWEETIN. And you can get your first ride for free by signing up using that promo code, as well as it is a great opportunity to make some side cash. So go ahead, sign up to drive. They're actually having a special bonus referral program right now. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to either look at the website or use the app to sign up to drive, and definitely use that promo code Too Sweetin, TOOSWEETIN, and go ahead and get the channel a little extra cash so we can go ahead and keep bringing you awesome interviews with some local St. Louis businesses, as well as all the comedy and entertainment that's right around the corner. So once again, I want to thank Eddie Belter.
And I want to interrupt you here because because I want to know how to do. This is your first podcast, and you got to teach the world. They may or may not know how to do the Too Sweet.
Oh, this is very true.
So we got to. I want to. Can you show us how to do it so we know how to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is very true. This is very true. The logo represents it, but this is an old pro wrestling thing from back in the day. I've been a pro wrestling fan. Nature Boy Ric Flair T-shirt on right now. Woo! Nature Boy Ric Flair T-shirt, and back in the days of the NWO and the old Click in WWE, they did the Too Sweetin, which is basically the rock horns except fingers out, and you guys just kind of boom, you too sweet. You give it a little too sweet. So yes, you absolutely need to be throwing up Too Sweetin, whether you're watching the channel or not, because I mean, nothing can ever be too sweet. Let's be honest. So I want to thank you guys once again, Eddie Belter, Brenton Brown. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. It has been an absolute pleasure talking with you guys. And once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned. We got some cool new stuff coming right around the corner. So I appreciate you guys watching, and take it easy. Too Sweet.
Thanks, brother.